you can hear me okay. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe you're just listening to my voice and hoping I say something funny. Or maybe I'll say something sad. Or maybe I'll say something happy. Whatever I end up saying, I'll say it with confidence, gumption, go bots. Rio de Janeiro, pocket monsters, Pikachu, Pika, Pikachu, Pika, Pikachu, Cha. What the hell am I doing? Oh my gosh. So, yesterday, I think it's Orlando. You've been there? Have you been this place? It's a place. Orlando, have you ever been there? I live here. It's pretty hot. Anyway, a burger flippin' place, a new one opened, but it's not really that new. It's pretty old actually. A freaking In-N-Out Boyga. You know, they got the crystals, the little onion crystal boigas. You eat them with your pop, your mop, and your dap. And then you have to take a shit, like 80 of them, because the meat is poor quality, and it's hard for us to digest onions. And for whatever reason, White Castle's claim to fame is that these burgers are made out of, they've got onions in them. Even though you could go to you could make a hamburger and put an onion on it. You can buy the seasoning. My dad used to make onion burgers all the time. He would mix the ground beef with the seasoning, the crystals, the fucking little onion crystals. You could just mix it yourself. But White Castle has their own way of making, well, this is why they are like popular. If you're ever wondering what a White Castle burger tastes like, imagine the cheapest McDonald's hamburger that you can buy, like a McDouble or like just a plain hamburger. Slice the meat, a fourth of that, and put a bunch of little onions on it, and that's a authentic White Castle hamburger right there. That's all it is. And they're little sliders. They're not even sliders you would go to like Chili's or Applebee's. You know, Applebee's kind of sucks, but you'll get a better slider there than you will like a White Castle. White Castle's little thin ass patties and flippin' boring white bread, Dollar General store bread for the hamburger buns. People were lining up for that yesterday in Orlando, or did it open yesterday, the 3rd? People were lining up for that. Oh yeah, because it's May the 4th. People were lining up for these little flimsy hamburgers for over 6 hours. Look at this. I guess if you were there first, you didn't have to wait that long unless you were like waiting for them to open. But this is like sheephead mentality. I saw this also with like any freaking place, any popular little freaking mainstream. I saw it on TV, so I should go there and eat it. Freaking Harold and Kumar ass motherfucker hasn't been outside in 10 months, and this is what you go and eat the little nasty. Oh, but I have nothing else happy in my life. Shut up. This is bad for the environment. Driving and fucking holding up traffic like this. Look at that. All for little flimsy hamburgers. They're not even good. made with the poorest quality of meat, made with the poorest quality of onions and buns. You go this fucking far out to eat White Castle. We've had Crystals here. We have Crystals hamburgers. Crystals are the exact same as White Castle burgers. And we've had Crystals all over Orlando for years. And all of a sudden, White Castle is like the freaking the freaking talk of the walk, the flock of the bach, the pock of the dock. I hate this. It makes me angry. And I shouldn't be angry. In my 30s, I'll have a heart attack and a stroke all at the same time. All because people want to go eat their little nasty, flimsy little thin-ass patties, nasty onions. I don't even like onions that much. Onions are kind of gross, to be honest. I don't know why people like them. When you bite an onion, it feels like you're eating like fucking... It's all crunchy and the fucking spice is just... It's weird. I don't totally hate onions, but like the appeal of onion burgers never sat right. Even when my dad made them, I didn't really like them. I just kind of ate them. They're crunchy. I guess some people like that texture of like fucking hamburgers to be like crunchy and shit. But it's still gross. And you're probably going to still have like fucking diarrhea later when you eat it. Go fucking buy some veggie burgers or something. Go eat something healthy. Go eat a piece of fruit. Go eat some green beans. Go eat a fucking corn on the cob. Anything but like $10 sliders. And you get like 4 of them probably. Man, you can buy them at Walmart in a box. They taste the exact same. So, what is my point of all this? Cars suck. The fact that people are lining up for this and like causing, and I'm sure it's still like shitty. I'm probably not this bad because grand openings usually just really suck. But part of the reason why grand openings really do suck a lot is that there's always congestion. There's congestion from cars. So I guess this whole video you can say is just like a jab at cars rather than nasty White Castle hamburgers. So we'll not make them the freaking subject of this stream, but more so that cars are really fucking lame. I hate cars. I live in a terrible place in saying that because there's cars everywhere. There's theme parks everywhere in this stupid place. Disney, Universal, all these little fucking international drives, the Orlando Magic, and it's like filled, and nobody, and it's like, that's part of why the environment is like so crappy right now. More than it's ever been, really. Because there's so much cars, and no one realizes that there's not a lot of space. There's not a lot of like space for like people to just like be, because there's like fucking vehicles and roads and shit and cars everywhere. And it's like, we have a really poor infrastructure. That's one of the biggest things right now that the Biden administration is trying to take over, is that fixing our infrastructure. And it's like, look at it. Look at this traffic. I saw a fucking kid get crushed to death by a car once because of a negligent driver. They were high, basically, and they just crashed into the back of another car, and it fucking... I got to see a fucking car fatality. A fucking kid bleeding all over the place and just fucking died because of like someone negligent driving. And that's like, that's an everyday occurrence in this place and all over the United States, really. But in bigger cities, it's even worse because there's more cars, there's more people. You're gonna have more accidents. That's as simple as it's fucking simple math. It sounds horrible. It sounds morbid to say, but that's the truth. It's like, there's an article that I found. It's like, why cars in cities are a bad match. And here it just goes in pretty in depth about just like how, like, the amount of cars that we have in our like society and how we are so reliant on them that it's like it's counterproductive. You have folks just like having their own like illegal streetcar races. People are just like driving is not really regulated. Driving is regulated in that, you know, you need a license to drive, but that doesn't stop people from driving. That doesn't stop immigrants from getting behind a wheel and fucking going nuts. It doesn't stop people who aren't licensed to get in a car and drive around and go nuts. Like, you can't stop any one person from getting a car and just doing what they're like set out on doing. And I know that, we have free will and all that dumb shit, but like, there has to be a point when you just have to say like, okay, this is like this picture right here. This is how can you live every fucking day like this? How can you live every single day bumper to bumper and fucking exist? This isn't like a functioning society, in my opinion. This is just like, and I kind of want to read this all, but I've already talked a lot about White Castle and my hatred for sliders, or my hatred for onion burgers. So I feel like if you really want to see this article, you can just basically go to Google and type in "Why cars and cities are a bad match." Perhaps. I can't see well too. And I'm very sweaty. It's very hot in Orlando at the moment. It's very, very hot. It's getting hot. It's getting so hot right now. I had a couple of articles. I kind of wanted to read some stuff, but I think everyone gets the picture. Where I'm at right now, there's lots of illegal street racing. A couple of sisters, like elderly women even, they were like in their 50s and 60s, and they got ran over at a Publix because of street racers. And it's like, that's again, it's like, it goes back to like why our environment is like so hectic at the moment. It has been for a while, but people are just like, and it's like these motherfuckers that ran over these poor women, no one caught them, and they're gonna continue doing street racing. And it's like 2 innocent bystanders are dead because they were just going to the fucking store. They just wanted to get some groceries, or they just wanted to just basically just exist. They just wanted to. They didn't have in their minds that some assholes would run them over in a fucking parking lot at a Publix. And it's just, it's like right in front. How can you go through every day and just see through this all the time? And just see people just fucking get ran over all the time. Florida got top in like car fatalities, which I think that's like not surprising. And it's like exactly like there's the tourism here. It's insane. There's so many people doing all this shit. There's workers going to Disney every day to work. There's tourists going to Disney every day. There's big diesels, trucks hauling in shit to the parks, wood and fucking stuff to keep them running, to keep people happy, but at the cost of like fucking destroying your goddamn planet, killing your fucking innocent citizens. What's this last thing? Oh, I was going to talk about, I found an article shit talking about how much the Fast and the Furious movies really suck. And again, I thought about reading it. I thought about reading all these fucking things, but it's just too much, and I can't see for shit in this goddamn head. But my last little 2 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents on this fucking thing is going to be like, I hate Fast and the Furious movies. I think Fast and the Furious movies are really shitty. I think they're very bad for people because I think I feel like they glorify and promote street racing. You have like 20 of these movies, and they all have terrible plots, but they're all like showcasing, outrunning fucking crossing guards or like traffic cops or shit. And that's like all the movies are. They're never like, the stories aren't big. Paul Walker fucking remembrance shit. And that's all the movies are, Okay, fast racing, Paul Walker, fast racing, Paul Walker. Uh-oh, Paul Walker died. I'm sad. Wah, wah, wah. I should see these movies. Like, that's a stupid mindset to have, to like continue watching these movies. If you watch these movies all the time, you're a fucking loser who probably has bad taste in movies. I wish I had a better zinger, but I don't know. I'm already talking about a lot of depressing shit, so being funny isn't really my priority at the moment. I just, but and it's like, you know, Fast and the Furious movies aren't as popular as they have been in the past, but it's like they're still, I feel like they're still relevant. There's a fucking ride for it at fucking Universal, and it sucks. But yeah, cars suck. I hate cars. Maybe I'll get ran over one day, and you'll never have to hear from me again, because I'm sure there's lots of car enthusiasts out there who think that I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know, people are getting ran over every day and constantly, and if you see an article about someone getting run over, I hope you remembered that I made this video, and you think for a second just how like safe everyone is from vehicular. I want to say vehicular manslaughter, but that doesn't make sense. So I'm just going to leave this off with Fast and the Furious sucks, and I don't care.